and welcome to the Demons Clubcast, episode 17, with your hosts, UncleChowdr and Maddogg. We are short K13 today. He's running some errands, but he's always with us in spirit.
Hell yeah.
As usual, we'll just hop into what we've been playing. Maddogg, why don't we start with you, my brother?
Well, the wish finally came true. I've been able to dedicate time in to
Oh,
Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm finally
oh,
getting some grind out on that one. I've got the 3 Vivarian rooms up in the room of requirement, started breeding the Thestrals.
yeah. Okay, I was just gonna ask, where are you at?
Yeah, side missions, I'm a lot further. Like I got 5 of the 6 assignments done. Um I'm at like 16 out of 18 on the last challenge for relationship side quests. I got a lot of the relationships done. I'm only like 34% done with the challenges. As far as the story goes, I've completed the second trial, and that was the last bit of the main story that I did last night. I completed the second trial and then got kind of that checklist, the question mark checklist of everything I need to do for the third trial, and I just haven't started on it.
Yeah, that's like one of the first things I did playing that game was just run through and before I even got the first playthrough anyway, before I even hit the Thestral, I had all the spells unlocked except for like the cursed ones. Any ones that were locked behind a story I didn't have, but I had I went after spells so hard in that fucking game when I played it, so
Yeah, no, the spells I just kind of the only curse spells that I have right now is I do have the Cruciatic's curse.
yeah, and the cool thing is like I'm glad that they put a way in for you to be able to learn those spells and still kind of play it off as a good guy, because like you can know the spell without using it evil intent. And when I battle by myself in that game, I still use them against enemies just because it's
Yeah,
like if you combo your shit right with the upgrades and the skill upgrades in that game and make it so like anytime you use one of the curses or stupefy, it like essentially fucking puts like a curse on them so you do extra damage
yeah,
to them over time. So like there's just so many ways to like combo stuff up. It's honestly quite
yeah.
nice.
No, I run around like when I'm doing these little side mission quests, and I'm always running into pockets of loyalists or fucking poachers. I'm running around with like the Cruciatic's curse, Confringo, Expelliarmus, and the Bombardo. And so I just like curse them, throw a bomb, throw a
Mm-hmm.
fireball, disarm them.
Yeah, I have a
And
couple weird combinations that I really like using. Like I really am a huge fan of the I forget what the spell is that lifts them in the air and holds them there. It's not Wingardium
oh,
Leviosa, but
it's
yeah,
Leviosa.
Leviosa. I use that one, and then I use the Glacius Curse and freeze them, and then I use the I think it's Defendo, the Cutting Curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to use that combo quite a bit. Freeze them and then slice them.
Yeah. No, the slice one, I've almost, that's the last one I need to unlock to finish on my level 1
Yeah,
unlocks,
dude. Yeah, no.
is the multi-person slice.
Yeah, that game is so
Um,
satisfying.
oh, dude, big time. I'm thoroughly enjoying, and I love like honestly, in a down home sense of me, I love the fucking single player RPG style like that,
Yep.
to where I can just sink time in and feel like I'm getting this shitload of time out of a game. So
Forget the
yeah,
world. Yep. No,
yeah,
that's how I feel when I play that game. Starfield, there's a few of them. I just like it makes me forget everything. So
yeah. No, for real. I think Thursday I was up till like 2 o'clock in the morning just goofing around on it. Yesterday I was up till 1 goofing around on it.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah,
So I'm putting a lot of time in just running around finding everything and doing everything I can.
fuck yeah. Well, um, is that the only game you found some time to sink into?
Yeah, I mean, I did one night of Fortnite with the little one
Word.
where her grandma came over, so I kind of got exercise because they do all the fancy crafts together. So I
Oh,
kind of just
nice.
ducked down, started playing. We had already made the plan, so I played a couple solo games, got a victory solo, and then had a couple of good matches before she had to get ready for bed for school. So
Nice, nice.
other than that, yeah.
I need
Other
to
than that, it's been Hogwarts.
word. I need to hop back into. I haven't touched Fortnite in quite a while, so.
Dude,
Um.
the festival part is actually kind of fun.
Oh, word. Yeah.
With like,
Actually, that's funny that you bring that up because there's a company, I forget what the name of it is right now, but there's a company that's making like Guitar Hero style guitars that are going to be usable in Fortnite Festival.
well, see, and that's I was sitting there playing it, and it's awkward having you got it's your side arrow keys, and then on the PlayStation it's square and circle.
Oh, see, what I would do they use the back bumpers?
No, it's just those four buttons for festival,
Oh, that's
and
annoying.
it's just like yeah, and so it's like I mean I'm sure you could probably do some custom button mapping, but I wasn't going to.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
But it's like why are we doing it this way rather than yeah
Yeah.
the
Lowe's,
old rock band?
Lowe's, I appreciate the lurk, brother. Appreciate that.
Been up in here talking, I didn't even see him comment.
Yeah, I was staring at the TV over here watching my own gameplay. But that's what I was just about to hop into. Games I've been playing. Obviously, I play Predecessor all the time with the boys. That's just what I do.
Right.
Um, but this kind of goes into one of our topics as well tonight. Or today. I've been playing I hop back into the Division
Love
2
you too,
and
buddy.
fucking love you, brother. Yeah, for sure. I hop back into Division 2 because I've been having that itch for a looter shooter. And, you know, as much as I love Destiny, it's just I am not ready to hop back in yet until the final shape comes out. I'm gonna start fresh with that whole new DLC. Not gonna hop in on these seasons, I decided. We're gonna start fresh when the final shape comes out, which I
For
think
sure.
should be soon. I need to double check on that. I think it's soon. Um, but the Division 2 just got a huge update for they're in year 5. I think it said season
Yeah.
3 of year 5. So they've been going pretty hard. It's maintained a player base. It may not have been large, but it has maintained a player base this entire time, which to me is impressive. Um, the it's a looter shooter, 110%, but more in the style of Tom Clancy's. Much more cover based fighting system. Third person. You can go first person with certain scopes and sights, but besides that, it's mostly a third person game. Um, After picking it up, and it was the title of my stream last night, I think I'm addicted to this game again. Like, just playing it has reminded me how much I enjoy like the shooting mechanics of this game and like the way it feels, and you have so many
Right.
different abilities, and you can, if you build right, you can do solo play really nicely and really well, and it feels good. The Series X and PS5 upgrade for this game has made it look incredible. I think this game looks super super awesome. Um but the only downside of this game is that it's not crossplay. That is the one downside to this game. I wish it was, but it came out in that time beforehand. But and for those of you who aren't familiar with the Division, it's a really interesting set of games. There's even still a bit of a player base for the first one, which is really cheap now. The Division, the first one, is based in New York City, a large part of New York City, and it's a shitload of fun. Like,
Yeah, big time.
essentially the game just is like, the for story reference, just so everyone is aware, it's about a terrorist attack on America, where in the first one they figured out a new strain of, I believe it was the Black Plague, like a form of the Black Plague, and they put it on $100 bills and put it into rotation during Black Friday in New York City. and it fucked up the East Coast,
Yes,
obviously,
it did.
as you would think it would. And you are a federal agent trying to like maintain and take back fucking New York City from all of these violent gangs and military groups that have formed in a fight, in a control for power. And then the second one is in Washington D.C., where different plague sickness has come out. It's kind of the same but a little bit different. The president gets fucking kidnapped at one point. It's a crazy ass game. The story's actually not bad. The voice acting is some of it's awesome, some of it's subpar. It's a Tom Clancy game. You gotta deal with that somewhat. But the gameplay is fantastic for me. I love the way it feels. I love the way it looks. The cover-based shooting is fun. Lots of customization options for those of you who really like to get into making your character look how you want, which if you watch this stream long enough, I probably change the way my character looks a couple times before I get off, because there's just, you find clothes all over the place all the time. And it's dope. You have a huge map. It's like a huge chunk of Washington D.C., including the White House, that you are just free roaming around, fighting dudes, taking over areas, doing missions. There's like strongholds. It's a lot like Destiny. Lots of missions you can do. And then once you get up into that end game, you're doing a lot of what you do in Destiny, which is, running some of the same missions over and over, but you're grinding for loot, grinding for gear sets, that type of stuff. And that's where the game gets really in depth, because, there's fucking so many different gear sets in this game, and they all have different benefits and all do different things and have different buffs. And if you have 3 of one type of gear, it'll give you a special buff, or 4, it'll give you an extra special buff. There's a ton of shit here, and so it just it really scratches that itch for me, like Destiny used to. I think it's, in my opinion, and some people might get mad at me, I think it's a little bit more in depth than Destiny 2 when it comes to like numbers and how you're combining your gear set with your weapons, just because there's so many extra buffs and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, and there's like there's a myriad, there's I think it's 8 different sets of gear, so you can do all these different combinations of things. And then there's specialist packages which give you extra stuff. There's a lot in this game. There's a lot. And so I was happy to pick it back up. This stream that you're seeing on the screen here, it's unfortunately there's no sound, but I was over here rocking out to some music, having a good ass time clearing out this freaking museum, as I believe what it is, the Jefferson Space Center or something like that. I think is what it is. So yeah, it's been a good time. And then obviously I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima as well. I fucking am always juggling like 3 or 4 games because I'm a fucking masochist like that. And I was playing Skyrim last night on my Switch when I was at work. So yeah, like I said, I've been playing a lot of games. But Ghost of Tsushima, I finished the main story and I've started the DLC. I thought about just finishing the main story and jumping over to God of War Ragnarok and starting that up for a stream, but I've decided I'm gonna play the whole DLC because I have not played the DLC yet, so it'll be kind of like a fresh walkthrough for me, which will be nice. Um, yeah, but as usual, I'm always playing a shitload of different games. I don't know why I do it to myself, but there's just so many games that I want to play and that I like. It just makes me mad that I don't have, I wish I had all the time, like all the time. But
no kidding.
yeah, like if I could, I would spend, a couple hours every day playing fucking all 3 of my consoles, because after picking up my Switch again and playing a little bit of Smash Bros last night, and I have Super Mario Bros Deluxe, which I'm like halfway through and I need to finish that. I need to find, I'm a little bit worried. I thought it was in my fucking case, but I can't find my copy of Breath of the Wild, which makes me a little bit upset. But I mean, I'll buy a fucking another one if I have to. I don't give a fuck. That game is fucking fantastic. I want to finish it on stream so everybody can watch me finish it. Because literally I've done everything in that game except for like get a certain set of armor. That's like the one set of armor I feel like I might want to fight Ganon, but I literally just have to go fight Ganon. Like I even have the Master Sword and the Master Shield. Like I got them. So I just need to go fight Ganon at this point, but I just haven't done it yet. So um but with that being said, I would like to jump into a little bit more Division 2 detail, just so for anybody who
Yeah.
might be interested, we can hop into what that update was about a little bit, because there was quite a bit in it, and they did change quite a bit. Um, a lot, I guess not change quite a bit, but they essentially they made a lot of what's the best way to put it? Ease the life changes. They changed the way that you do some grinding, stuff like that. God damn it. You're being a punk right now. Discord's being stupid. There we go.
Of course. It's a fickle beast in and of itself.
Yeah. Oh, it's pulling up a Steam. That's all right. So, essentially, they're just showing where all of the main events are going to be for the division, talking about locations inside the division, which I'm not going to go into too much for those who haven't played, because there's just a lot of stuff there. New exotic weapons, new exotic gear, new gear in general, which is something that they usually try to do. It's just 2 new gear sets. New named weapons besides the exotic one. They have quite a few new weapons in here. Apparel events. They have a new mode in there that's like essentially a roguelite, where you go in and you have to choose loadouts of stuff that they give you, and you go in with limited like health stuff and whatnot and have to fight your way through. Um, that's been pretty popular. And then of course, one of the big draws for the Division 2, for people who don't know, it is not just a PvE game. It is PvP as well. There is multiplayer, domination, team deathmatch. Also, one of my favorite things about this game, the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone in the Division is not for the faint of heart, man. You go in there and you're playing against super high level NPCs, and you're also playing against other players. And the whole purpose of the Dark Zone is for you to go in and get high level loot, but you have to extract that loot because it has to go through a cleaning process because it's in this contaminated zone, if you will. And so, you have to be careful and watch out for other players, because other people will just wait by extraction points where you put your gear to get it out of the zone, and they'll kill you and take all your shit, and it's just what happens. It's how it happens.
Just the way the game works.
Yeah, it's brutal sometimes. Like you could spend like 3 hours in the Dark Zone and not see another person at all, and you're fighting, like you're having like super fucking scary fights with NPCs, and you're like barely winning, and then you get to the extraction point and you're like, yeah, and you get your gear on the fucking rope, and all of a sudden some fucking team comes around the corner with shields and they just eat you alive.
Yep.
Every single time.
Yeah.
But
that was my first experience in the Dark Zone.
Yep. But also, I have to say, it's really satisfying doing that to another team. Like if you have a good team of people together in the division and you're just roaming the Dark Zone like that, it's a good time.
Of course, you are that person.
Yep. I've also match made with people and went hunting for loot, and then had some guy leave my team in the middle of a fucking fight and kill me and take the stuff I had found. So the Dark Zone is anarchy. It's anarchy.
I have seen that on multiple different styles.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so many. They're adding weapon skins, gear dyes, emotes, vanity outfits. I mean, this game has got a little bit of everything. So it's one of those options. It's one of those, one of those things that you can get into and have a good time playing for lots of hours. They also have an awesome DLC called The Warlords of New York, where you do go back to New York for a little bit, a few hours, and play through and get some good loot from there. It's a fun little DLC as well. But yeah, for the
Yeah.
Division, if you haven't played it, it's on sale um all the time now just because it's been out for so long. It's not free to play obviously, but it's on sale. It's a ton of fun. Matter of fact, on Steam right now it's only $30. So
Bad, not bad.
no, not bad at all. Um, but let me pull this up real quick. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I can't. I've these types of games scratch the itch for me. So it's just
Oh yeah.
once I start
It
playing, I have a hard time stopping.
right. No, it's the thing I liked about the Division is really the reason I stopped playing is it came down to really I don't necessarily want to say the story, but kind of just the overall experience. But the looter shooter and everything like that really, really reminds me of Borderlands. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm very much a
Um
looter shooter person, but it's funny I could never I got into Borderlands 3 for a little bit and I was having some fun with it. Um
right.
and I got to like I think it was like the third like planet, if you will, or whatever. Um and I got there and I don't know what happened. I just all of a sudden kind of fell off. Like something
Yeah,
changed
see.
and I fell off pretty quick.
Dude, the funny part about it is I picked up Borderlands 1 when I was working in North Dakota. Uh Offline, I needed something with a lot, like I had a lot of time and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And so the guy recommends Borderlands. I played it for a little bit, wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Borderlands 2 came out, and I sat there watching a buddy play. And this is at the same time that I was playing The Witcher 3. Um, I'm playing The Witcher 3. I had about 40, maybe 50 hours sunk into The Witcher 3. Um, been watching the buddies play Borderlands 2, just kind of messing around with it. Someone breaks in, steals my PlayStation,
Damn.
which includes my game. Um, we were in a bad situation. I didn't have any internet at the time. Um, the only internet really I did have was linking up to my phone, so I hadn't done that in a couple of days. So I hadn't done that since I started The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
So when I finally saved up, got a PlayStation 4 again, picked up with The Witcher 3, and I just couldn't get back into to
The Witcher.
dedicating that much time into it again.
You know, it's funny because I played through Witcher 3's main story on stream. I did the whole thing on stream.
Right?
And by the end of it, I just found myself dragging ass, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, by the end of it, I was waiting for it to be over. I didn't even play the DLC. Everybody says the DLC is like the best part of The Witcher 3, the blood and wine shit. And I'm sure it's really good, but by the end of The Witcher 3, I couldn't even find myself like wanting to play it more. It just the game wasn't for me. There was some sweet moments in the sword combat, and I will give it that. The sword combat felt really satisfying if you could get it right and you did good with it, but I found that that game wasn't for me as I played through it.
It was it was for me it was one of those kind of the same thing. The overall experience I didn't quite enjoy enough to want to put any more time into it.
Exactly.
Um but like the story was good. Like
Hmm.
there were some, there were good elements about it, but so that's when I just decided, I was like, I'll try Borderlands 2. Picked it up, fell in love with it.
Yeah, see,
Um
and it
did
happens
the
like that sometimes.
Yeah. Tried to go back and do 1, still couldn't do it. Did the Handsome collection, and then at this point, I actually haven't played 3. Uh, my buddy brought his account over one time, and we downloaded it and played it. while we cooked dinner one time, but that was about it. And I think we did some like special event, or I don't know. It was just basically waves of enemies.
Fuck yeah.
So, but what I mean is like, when I fell in love with Borderlands 2, I fell in love with that loot shoot, like not too complicated, but a little bit more than just like, oh, I'm running around and just freely picking up ammo. Kind of the same, a little bit more in depth concept of like what Warzone has. And dude, I loved it. But yeah, the Division was a great game. It was not enough for me to want to pick up 2, so this is kind of making me think about it.
Oh, watching my gameplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's pretty fantastic. It plays pretty well. It plays better than the first one in my opinion. So, and with the new abilities and the specialist packages that you get, it makes the game play differently because there's like so much more variety that you can build up with. Like, I think one of the skills I'm gonna build up towards, which is really dope, is it's called the Spartan Shield, and it's a riot shield that protects your whole torso, except it's got a brace and a spot for you to put an assault rifle, a shotgun, or an SMG. So you can pull it out and you brace your assault rifle in it, and you can use your assault rifle like normal while you protect your whole entire torso. It doesn't protect your legs or your head, but it blocks a lot of your body from being hit. It's really, really awesome. Give me just 1 second. I need to run and grab my drink real quick. I left it in the other room.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Little bit of dead air for a second. I left my dubby in the other room. I finally got my new dubby shipment in, so I got some peach beach.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Good shit right there.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think the peach beach is my new favorite. It's peach mango. It's super dank.
Yeah.
It's super dank.
Yeah, it was good. I don't know. I would have to do it again. I haven't had any since I got my first sample pack.
I've been buying a tub or two when I can afford it, and so I ordered myself up some of that peach beach, and like I said, I think it's my new favorite.
Yeah, that one was pretty fucking fire.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of it, and it makes me save money on energy drinks. Honestly, like,
yeah,
a whole tub of that, I can get so many shakers full, and like one scoop will do me for most of the day. Like, because I'll usually put one scoop in, and I'll drink some, add some water to it, and then drink, and then add water to it. So I'm like drinking a lot of water throughout the day as well. So that's the other added benefit for me. Like, it just works out for me.
No, yeah, it makes sense. Makes total sense.
But it's just when I can actually remember to go buy some.
Yeah, see, my thing is, I'll have those moments where it's like, yeah, I can afford a tub, and then it's like, but there's probably something else we need with that.
Yeah,
So then
exactly.
it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
There's been a couple of times, where it's just like I've thought about it, and I like built the cart, and I'm like, okay, I know I totally can do it, and then I'm like, well, nah, let me dwell on it for a second, and then thank God I did, because something big happened in like the next couple of days.
Yeah.
That I was just not expecting.
That's funny how that always happens.
Like, yeah, I'm like, okay, well, phew. Now I can actually fix this.
I know, we gotta get our water heater fixed. We still have hot water, but it's not as much hot water as we should be having. So
That's where we're at. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get one of the tankless ones.
one of the on-demand ones.
Yeah.
Be careful. I've heard not a lot of great things about those.
My mom and dad have had one for. They got one in. Well, shit, we moved into the house in 2008, and I think they got it in like 2009, right before I moved out here.
Okay.
And it's still going great.
Word. I mean, if they fucking, I mean, if that's
Yeah,
how that is, dude, go for it. I just, like I said, I've
dude.
always heard it. I've always heard not the greatest things about them. So,
Right. I mean, the warm up time on them is a little slower because it doesn't have like a tank of heated water just
mm-hmm.
right behind it. So the warm up time on it is a little bit longer, but dude, just being able to just stand in there with hot water for as long as yeah, it's pretty nice. And like I said, I haven't heard any problems. Um, but who knows? They're on propane, whereas I'll be on electricity.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to look at that.
Yeah. Um, but fucking, we were talking about the division. Fuck, we went off on a tangent and I forgot because I'm fucking stoned over here. um,
Yes.
good morning. Yeah, again. Um,
Yeah.
but
Well, about the looter shooter style.
oh yeah, the loot.
Uh,
Yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know. It's just there's a few different games that do it, and then there's games that do it super well. And
yeah.
surprisingly, a lot of people can talk shit on Ubisoft, and I'm one of them because Ubisoft is, they've done some shit, but this is one of the games that I think they did pretty well.
Dude.
It wasn't necessarily all just Ubisoft, but I mean, it's from Ubisoft, and this game is actually pretty well done, I have to say.
I
What was it doing?
see. I'm the opposite because I'm not a Ubisoft hater.
See, I've always loved Ubisoft too. I just know a lot of people talk shit on Ubisoft, so I just don't
Right.
ever.
I mean,
I never bring it up because I don't like to get in those arguments with people like, "Oh, you like those games?" Blah blah blah. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I did
right.
play all the way through Assassin's Creed Origins. Yeah, I did play all the way through Odyssey. Yeah, I did play all the way through Valhalla, and I enjoyed the shit out of all three of them. Yes, I can
Dude,
understand where people criticize them for being repetitive and the just walking around a map and filling out icons essentially. I get it, but I still enjoyed it. Like I still had a ton of fun and I would play them again. You know what I mean?
what the repetitiveness was made up for in the gameplay itself.
Yeah, the
In
storytelling in all three of those games was really well done in my opinion. I really
yeah,
loved the storytelling in all three of those games. And quite frankly, especially Valhalla, just because at that time I was watching a little bit of Vikings on the side every once in a while, and it just like I don't know, the character of Ivor, whether you played Ivor as a man or a woman, still a great story.
yeah, big time.
Uh,
Oh,
yeah, and all of the different historical Viking characters they had in the game, it was well done. The Assassin's Creed games have been some of my favorite games forever. I like the combat and the repetitiveness doesn't really bother me because I like doing that gameplay loop. So it's never bothered me.
not at all.
It's the same thing with Far Cry. I will say though, by the end of Far Cry 6, I did have a little bit of I would call it let's call it open world fatigue. Like I don't hate the game at all. I would play it through again, but I had a little bit of that like, oh, another place, like, and
Yep.
it
Yep.
was like by the end of it they like I could tell where they were doing some of that just to make up for like areas where they couldn't come up with something creative, and I was like but I still like enjoyed Far Cry 6 and I would still recommend it to someone who wanted to play it. Like I thought those games were good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's where the map size really plays a lot in that.
Mhm.
Um, I tend to catch myself once I start unlocking fast travel points. I stop long travel places. I'll long travel between like from fast travel spots, but I fast travel all over these big maps just so I kind of try to avoid that open world fatigue. But yes, I know 100% what you're
Yeah.
what you're talking about, and it sucks because I always enter in like say Hogwarts Legacy,
Mhm.
right? I'm surprised how big that map was. The first time I looked at it, I just kept like eyes getting bigger.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like the castle grounds, and fucking Hogsmeade.
Nope.
I was not expecting the Highlands.
Nope. And you know, and before you get all those places unlocked, all the flu places to fast travel to, you're doing a lot of broom flying.
Dude. My broom and my freaking hippogriff have been my best friends. So, but yeah, that's how I've always approached that. And especially like I said, when I approach these types of games, I always go in with that goal of like, dude, I need to find everything. I want to do that.
You see,
because then if I do like, say, second, third, and fourth playthroughs, all I'm doing is for the story, just so I can get the different stories or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I always do my first playthrough is in depth, and then that usually takes me a while to get back to it.
Sorry, I've been staring this fucking bong bowl in the face for a minute. Now it's like time to rip it.
Yeah.
No, I get that because like one of my best friends, Gage. Shout out to Gage, you the homie.
Gage.
He's like that when he plays video games. He's like 100%er. Like he's one of those people. I've never been 100%er. I don't think I've ever 100%ed a single game. That's right, you heard me say that. I've never 100%ed a single game. You could look at all my shit. I do not care what anybody thinks about that. I don't play games for trophies. I play games for the experience that I'm having.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
But
I said that was my goal.
I've
only done it with like, I think, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was easy.
Yeah,
so that was an easy one.
I think honestly, the first game that I want to 100%, will surprisingly enough be Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Just because I have been kind of working towards that in the background when I'm like watching anime at night before I go to bed. Like I'll go do a couple side missions or catch a couple collectibles.
Sure.
But I'm not, and I think I might try to do it with the first Spider-Man, because I did buy Spider-Man 1 remastered for PS5 when it was on sale, even though I haven't even downloaded it, and I own it on my PC already. I bought it again. That's how much I love Spider-Man on PS5, or on PlayStation. That's not a joke.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. That's how much I love Spider-Man. And I bought, and also shout out to one of my coworkers, Jimbo. I bought him a copy of Spider-Man because he had never played it and he had a PS4 and he loves Spider-Man as well. And I was like, bro, you're doing yourself a disservice by not playing this fucking game. And so I bought it for him because he needed to try it. And he has told me on multiple occasions, thank you for buying that game for me, because he loves it. So,
those games are perfect for the casual gamer.
Well, they're perfect for that. And like I said to him, he's a huge comic book fan and he loves Spider-Man. And that's why I said to him, I was like, bro, you are actually doing yourself a disservice by not playing this game. Like, it's that fucking good.
Right.
In my opinion, when it comes to comic book or superhero video games. Like the first Spider-Man is it's the first Spider-Man for me. I enjoyed Spider-Man 2 tremendously. I love playing it, but I still will say I think I like the first one better. That's just me though. The second one was a ton of fun. I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but I still personally like the first one better just because of the villain set in the first one. I love fighting Doc Ock and fucking Rhino and Scorpion and fucking, you know what I mean? Like those classic villains. Uh-oh.
No, you're good.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Yeah, dude. No, Spider-Man 1 was so fun to the point that I have re-downloaded it and played a little bit on it. Just because I feel like I'd be doing Spider-Man 2 a disservice if I picked up Spider-Man 2 before going through Spider-Man 1. So it's kind of one of those background games when I feel like it, but honestly, right now, Hogwarts Legacy has its claws ripped into me.
I get that. Hogwarts, it did it to me too for a while when I was like kind of itching for something to play that wasn't Call of Duty, and I downloaded it again. Matter of fact, I'm like probably right now a good halfway through. No, I would say only a third of the way through on a Gryffindor playthrough. No, yeah, Gryffindor playthrough. Um, I'm gonna do all 4 characters in that game eventually. It'll take time, but I just know that there are special side missions for each character for each house. Um, and so I want to make sure to experience all of those. My first one, I was a Ravenclaw. My second character is a Slytherin, and then my third one's a Gryffindor. And then I'm gonna make a Hufflepuff as well. Um, did you go to that website, Steven, and fucking take the test and get placed into a house before you played the game?
Yeah, I'd done that, but
because you can link that website to the
I
game itself and take all the tests to get like a wand chosen for you and get placed into a house, and then it uses that information from that website and does it for you in the game. It's actually pretty dope if you're into that kind of an experience. I love Harry Potter, so I fucking got super nerdy with it. Was like, oh, let me see, and that's why my first playthrough is a Ravenclaw, because I got placed in House Ravenclaw, and I chose the exact wand that they gave me in the fuck on the website. So I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, like I said, I did it, but I didn't like the house that it placed me. I think it placed me in
Did you
Ravenclaw.
What? Ravenclaw's the smart people house.
Oh, I know, but I can't do my first playthrough as no. I have to do it as a Gryffindor. So that is what I did.
Okay, I get you. Respect.
That's why I did that. I think I'm gonna have to select though, because I did link it and it did try, and I said, well, no, I don't want that. And so then I selected, and yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to select on all of them now.
Yeah, like I said, each house has its own special mission, so keep that in mind too.
I know. I totally I created a second character with a totally different persona and just whatnot, but I started the game and I was like, well, no, I just wanted to create it because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 looks like it's having some relatively good success, which is awesome to see that Sony can actually make a multiplayer game that sticks. I was hoping that they could, and it's cool to see that. I mean, it's not necessarily, like a player versus player, but it still looks really cool. I eventually want to pick it up myself because I want to try it out. The gameplay looks fun, so
I'll have to look into it. I haven't even seen anything on it.
yeah, dude. Like they got the graphics look great. Like when you're fighting the aliens and shit, like their body parts like come off and shit where you're shooting, like they dismember really well, and like I don't know, that's just the way that the gameplay looks. Your character, the movement looks really nice, and the shooting looks really heavy and really good.
For sure, I'll have to look into it. I'll look into it. So,
but that was about the. It looks like it's doing pretty awesome on Steam as well. So it's selling a lot of copies. So it's nice to see that for that team. Good news for them. And then the other thing I wanted to touch on, because I've been laughing about it.
I was gonna say, as much as I hate this quote unquote console war that has stemmed, as much as I hate it and I hate hearing about it, I love being live right now with the biggest troll on Twitter who just trolls these fools.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to hear it.
all day long because
Why?
I've just been
Why? are Xbox fans mad?
Okay, so I'm sure I don't know if anybody's been paying hardcore attention, but there's a there's like a podcast group from Australia. I think they're from Australia, called
Okay.
Xbox Era, and they essentially came out on Twitter and broke the news that a bunch of Xbox first party exclusives are supposed to be getting ported over to PlayStation 5. And this is including games like Starfield and a couple other games, right? Well,
Okay.
as you can imagine, the chaos shortly ensued afterwards. You have major Xbox personalities on YouTube. One of them being someone I used to follow just because he kind of cracked me up with some of the shit he used to say. But Tim Dog, he just like all of a sudden started like trying to tag Phil Spencer in a bunch of posts on Twitter, like asking for a precise answer on what's going on just because of these rumors. Like everybody was having meltdowns, like trying to renounce the Xbox name and like hosting 7-hour Twitter spaces, everybody talking about it and yeah, whining about it, saying this is the death of Xbox and all of this stuff. And it's like, they're just putting a couple games on other consoles. My God, you people need to calm down.
They're not even getting rid of the iconic IPs.
Yeah, like I
Like,
don't like everybody's saying everybody's all like, "Oh, this is going to be the death of Xbox. They're going to go third party and they're not going to make consoles anymore." And I just like, how about we just wait until tomorrow, cuz on Monday, which would be February 12th, they're going to have like a business press conference and it's going to be public and they're going to answer everyone's questions and everybody can calm down cuz everyone's going to know the truth. And it's just been ridiculous to watch this. Like people like Tim Dog's lashing out on his own fans on Twitter. Like the dude's like just constantly tweeting about this even though he says he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He claims he doesn't care, but every tweet is about this said subject of games going
right,
to PlayStation. And then when someone tells him that he needs to take a step back from fucking X and needs to chill out for a little bit cuz or like, take a break cuz he seems like he's worked up about it. He like lashes out and says that they're worked up about it. Like just childish behavior, man. Some of these guys have taken it a lot better and been a lot better about it. And of course, I'm just out there trolling nonstop. Like I am not there in any serious capacity. I'm just out there talking shit half the time, more than half the time. Um, but
uh,
it's just like it's been really like creators that I actually used to kind of respect. Like even if I disagreed with their opinions, I still respected them because they made decent content and it seemed to be decent people. Have just over some games over rumors, mind you. These are rumors. None of this is confirmed until tomorrow,
what I was
until
wondering.
February 12th. None of it is confirmed until February 12th. These people freaked out, are yelling at each other, and fucking screaming about the death of Xbox. Like,
Oh my
my
god!
God. Like, my
Come
God.
on, people, serious.
Yeah, it's been hard to watch. It's been really hard to watch. As someone who plays my main console that I play on is an Xbox, and I am an Xbox fan. It's been really hard for me to watch it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it, it's like it's ridiculous. Um, and I have a PlayStation 5. I've had a PS4 before that. I have nothing against PlayStation. I had a PS4 before I had an Xbox One. Um, they're both,
Just the way it worked out.
yeah, they're both great consoles for different reasons.
Right.
In my opinion. Like I love them both for different reasons. I love Xbox for its shooters and I love its UI, but I love PlayStation for its crazy innovations like the dual sense controller and its amazing first player games. Like each of them have their both benefits and that's just what
Right.
it is. And I enjoy that. Um I wish everybody would chill out. Like you can't like I said, that's what makes me laugh the hardest. You cannot sit here and say that you don't care and then host a 4, 5, 6, and 7 hour Twitter space with 2,500 people in it and listening to you whine and complain. Like I don't know what to say to that. And then delete them afterwards so no one can take clips from it.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I really hope that this stuff gets cleared up tomorrow and people just chill the fuck out. Like, that's really what I'm hoping for. Either way, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that really I care about is confirmation, and that's what I'm looking for tomorrow, is confirmation that my online library is safe. Like, you guys have spent all this money porting 360 games over, the backwards compatibility project. You spent all this money buying Activision Blizzard. I get it. But like, you have a decent amount of Xbox players who have spent a decent amount of money on their digital libraries. I just don't see any possibility of them just one day being like, "Oh yeah, we're not supporting Xbox consoles anymore. Your online libraries are gone." Like, I just don't see that happening. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll take that L. That's my B. Or I could, have them available to me on PC. Either way, I could be wrong. But I just don't foresee that happening. And there are rumors already coming from inside. Again, these are all rumors, but there are already people talking about how they've gotten confirmation from inside Microsoft that the higher ups have had to, because there's been quite a bit of fucking, turbulence inside Microsoft during this week while this is all happening, and the higher ups were essentially said to be calming everybody down, confirming that they're not gonna stop making Xbox consoles, and they just could be, they could look different than what we're imagining a console to be. I do not, after those leaks of Xbox came out, it would not surprise me if Xbox does eventually go to an all digital standpoint. I do foresee that happening. I don't see Xbox consoles going away, but I do see an all digital future coming our way.
They already have the groundworks.
Yep.
Right. First off, my laptop has an Xbox interface.
That's what I'm saying.
Like my X, and it came pre-installed. I can just launch in, load into my Xbox account on my laptop, everything like that. So, and I'm pretty sure I've never messed with it because the only Xbox account that I have, I've kept going, and right now it's on my daughter's Xbox for when we play Halo together.
Yeah.
But I've always had that. So the groundwork's already there. Plus, Xbox is owned by Microsoft, and Microsoft supports Steam.
Microsoft
that's why you get Game Pass with Xbox and PC. The groundwork's already there that they'd be saving themselves money.
Yeah, I foresee them going all digital. I don't necessarily think they'll take away Xbox consoles anytime soon. But
I don't see it happening anytime in the next couple years per se, but I could see it. Is all I'm saying. I could see it because the groundwork's already there. You can pretty much already do it.
Yeah, like I said, I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll take that L, but we'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, dude, that Spartan shield is sick.
Okay, so that's the one that deflects bullets, the one that I'm talking about. I'm about to switch back over to it here in a second. Because I was looking at the shields. I was reading all the deflection and stuff. The middle one's the one that I like. As soon as it gets to it, come on, switch back over. I know I do it. There it is. Yeah, see how you can put your assault rifle on it? And walk with it? Okay. Yeah, dude, that little spot right there is for your assault rifle. You just fucking come out of cover and fucking bow.
Dude, okay. That's pretty legit.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens. If Xbox does that, then people are gonna be real upset, but it is what it is. That's all I got to say about that.
I mean, I am gonna say this. This is not a new topic that we have talked about on this show.
No, not at all.
This exact. I mean, it's the writing's on the wall now. Timing, who knows? Will it happen? Who knows? But the groundwork's there, so it could happen.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever said.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely foresee an all digital future. What necessarily that entails is still a mystery. So,
But that's yeah, and I don't see why if they did it that way, and like I said, if they do it that way, then there's no reason for any of you guys to lose your libraries.
yeah, exactly. I mean, as long as they do actually put and make them all available on PC for me to play, that's one thing. Will I be a little bit upset about it? I mean, yeah, because I do just enjoy playing, like having everything separate, but that's just me.
Right.
Like, my PC
No,
is.
it will.
I could upgrade
It
my
will.
PC, and it wouldn't cost me that much to upgrade it, but I do like having it just for streaming and watching my TV on. That's mostly what I do on my PC. So,
Right. Well, no, I mean it will cause a rift.
oh yeah, I
But
mean,
I think that's why here just the last year, look at how much has come out for both the Xbox and the PC
oh yeah. Well,
together. You know what I mean?
what
Like,
cracks me up is if these rumors did this to the fucking the Twitter Xbox community, I can't even imagine what's gonna happen if they do like if the worst comes to fucking the forefront and they confirm like, oh yeah, by this year we will stop making Xbox consoles, dude. The fucking internet's gonna have a meltdown, and I'm gonna be there for every second of it.
it's going to be the most epic day in history.
Yeah, I just it's gonna be hilarious. I will laugh. I'm sorry, I will laugh. Um,
It will
and
be
then
amazing.
I guess the only other thing that we can really talk about, I guess unless you have some more video game stuff, because I think I'm kind of spent on the video game stuff.
No, no,
Um,
not really. Besides for still finding little annoying bugs in Hogwarts Legacy is fun.
yeah.
Like
Um,
I found this hip high wall that I could not mantle. I just could not.
yeah.
It wouldn't. I'm like, what the fuck, really?
Um, I just wanted to talk about. I guess yeah. There's not really a lot of other stuff that I want to video game stuff that I have to talk about. I wanted to jump into a couple movie trailers because I seen a movie trailer yesterday that I really wanted to talk about. Um,
Bro, all I know is I'm excited for the 16th because Oppenheimer becomes available. And then Thursday will be Halo and my other Fire Country that I watch. And then the show me and my wife are. Dude, the end of the weeks are great for me.
God, I cannot remember what the fucking I just watched this fucking trailer for this movie that had it just the trailer was giving me goosebumps, dude. Like there's usually like horror movies are not usually something I'm super into because most of the time I'm just like, bah, whatever, you know.
Right.
It's coming out from it's one of those film festival movies, and it's about um um this lady who's like a forest ranger, and she's in the fucking woods, and these people are disappearing, and it looks like there's like something to do with ghosts, but the trailer just had me bugging. It was um
I'm looking through right now.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck that movie is called.
Dude, Mickey's Mousetrap? What the fuck? It looks like a cracked out Mickey Mouse holding a fucking Sentoku knife. Or whatever the fuck those knives
It's
are
one of
called.
those film festival movies, and I cannot.
Is it Stranger in the Woods?
No, it's something like.
Okay.
It's something like. There's two words and then something lovely. I know that for a fact. It's like, God, I cannot fucking remember what the name of it is. I just watched the trailer too yesterday. I'm so mad about it. Alone, Dark, and Lovely or something like that.
Lo- Lovely, Dark, and Deep.
Lovely, Dark, and Deep. That's what it is. Thank you. That fucking trailer had me fucking bugging out, dude. Bugging out. I guess it already came out, but I just seen the trailer. It looked brand new to me. I'd never seen it. That trailer had me bugging out, dude. I guess it already came out. I was all excited because it looked like a new horror movie, but I guess I'm wrong. Either way, I'm gonna watch it now because it had me bugging out, Steven. I don't usually
Dude,
get bugged out by like horror movies. It's got terrible rating. I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna watch it.
there's a couple of them that.
It looks like a
m-
psychological
Oh, the
thriller.
psychological one. Ooh,
Yeah,
those ones. Those ones. Oh,
yeah. I don't.
those ones are the worst because it's not like horror scary to where it's fake and you can be like, oh Jesus, all right, whatever. Like most horror movies or slasher movies like that. But the psychological ones are the ones that get me.
Yeah, like the trailer. Like I said, I'd never seen the trailer for that movie before. So when it popped up when I was scrolling through fucking I think I was on Facebook. I was scrolling through Facebook and it popped up. I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And the beginning of it was just like that dark pan over the woods, and it was a whole bunch of people screaming. And I was like, yeah, I caught my attention." We're surrounded by woods where I live. Anytime there's a horror movie that looks halfway good and it's about being in the woods, it gets me a little extra. It makes me bug out just a little extra.
Right. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, no worries. But besides that, I guess that's not a new movie that's coming out. But either way, looks like a good horror movie. Check it out. Um, movie wise though, I just like I always say, I haven't been watching a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of old classics. I'm a repeat specialist. Um, been watching NCIS when we go to bed again, just because I've watched them all. So, uh, it's easy to fall
I
asleep to.
fucking love that show.
Yeah, it's easy to fall asleep to as well since I've watched them all. So,
Yes.
um,
Yes. That.
yeah, like I think we've watched like Big Bang Theory like 4 or 5 times all the way through now in the last like
That's
month, just because we sleep with the TV on, and so I'm finally sick and tired of hearing the Big Bang Theory fucking song.
started with a big bang. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me.
Um.
I love that show, but I am tired of fucking every night listening to it.
No, that's us and the adult animation, Family Guy, American Dad,
You guys sleep with
all
the
of those
TV on
ones.
as well?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm very much have to have the TV on when I go to sleep. I need that light and that sound. I don't know what it is, but I need it in the background.
That's how I was for the longest time. I've kind of gotten to where I can do the dark now, and I feel a little bit better. Um, but it's still up and down between the two of us. Like we're both kind of this and that way, both.
Yeah.
So it's a night by night thing.
No, I guess it's every night. And Tiff, matter of fact, when me and Tiff got together, she wasn't a sleep with the TV person on, but now that we've been together for as long as we have, and I always sleep with the TV on, now she's used to it and she can't sleep without the TV on.
There you go.
So yeah,
Conversion.
converted, converted.
Convert. That's right.
Um,
So
But movies, TV wise, that's about it for me. Kyle didn't send me anything either, as far as I know. So
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. Like I said, I kind of been this month was exciting for me. Because on the 8th they dropped the first 2 episodes of season 2 for Halo. I went back and looked at this because I kept getting interrupted, and I just kept being like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, guys, I just want you to kind of understand this. Um, the season 2 episodes 1 and 2 dropped on February 8th, 2022 or 2024. Excuse me. The series premiere was like March 22nd of 2022, and the season 1 finale was like May 26th or something like that, 2022. So it's been a very long time waiting for those episodes to start.
yeah, I watched a little bit of I watched a clip of it and it looks pretty sick. I might start watching it.
Dude, it is fucking the acting, and people are getting hate because yes, you see the Spartans in a new light. Um you see kind of more of a personal side to him, and even the guy who plays Master Chief came out on Twitter and was just like, if you don't like this epic, like, get over it.
They're
It's what
humans
we're doing.
also. Just because they're
What?
super soldiers and they're buffed up
Yeah.
super soldiers doesn't mean they're not still people.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's really cool because you get to see them not only like, dude, the armor looks sick, and there's 2 views that are just fucking the coolest. One is the heads up display to where you are POV of a Spartan. And I mean, it's a realistic look on the old classic Halo POV.
Oh, nice.
Um, and then they actually have one that would basically be like a helmet cam. It's like a little camera pointed back at the Spartan, and it is so cool just to kind of see everything going on inside the helmet too.
Heck yeah.
Um, but then you get to see their downtime and when they're doing stuff other than just fighting to save worlds.
Yeah.
Dude, phenomenal show. I loved it. I don't care about any of the hate. Like, I loved the first time that Master Chief took his fucking helmet off. Gonna say it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had to humanize him a little bit. It's not like he's a
Yeah.
Mandalorian. People need to calm down.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I plan on picking that up and checking it out.
Dude, it's yeah.
I definitely,
That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah,
I don't want to give anything away because it is so good, and the acting and the story, dude, and the way they do the Covenant, it it's phenomenal.
heck yeah. No,
Like, absolutely phenomenal.
heck yeah. The tr-
And
the clip I saw was him fighting some elites, and it was actually pretty sick looking. So for that
yeah,
reason
dude.
alone, I might actually have to check it out. Um, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the big event that's happening today that no one seems to be wanting to watch that I know, which is the Super
You,
Bowl.
you, you mean her Taylor Swift concert?
Is she
I'm
performing?
kidding. No, I don't know. And here's the thing, dude, when it comes to football, dude, the fans ruin it for me.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just want to watch the game, let the game be the game. It's a football game, right? Like,
oh
I
no.
want to see.
They're gonna pan to Taylor Swift for 30 seconds out of a 2-hour show. It's gonna ruin the
That's
whole
what I
thing.
mean. That's what I mean. They're literally sitting there talking about how, oh my god, Taylor Swift's stealing all the games. She had like 16 seconds of screen time throughout the entire fucking season.
Yeah, chill out,
Like,
people.
come on, it's so over it.
Yeah,
Um,
no, the fans are
in
dumb.
it's I'm part of that. Like, I've seen the one floating around where it's like because you always get that, like, who wants who to win the Super Bowl, and they do a map of the country, and it's usually a 50-50 or kind of sporadic or whatever. And this one it's got like the San Francisco Bay Area lit up for the Niners. It's got the Kansas City area lit up for the Chiefs, and then everywhere else is gray, and then it says gray is people who don't give a shit.
Yeah, because that's literally this year is like one of the most like I think this is one of the most untalked about Super Bowls, at least for me. Like I don't know anybody who has like texted me asking me if I'm having a party today. Like
I haven't been, yeah, I haven't been invited to the party. I think if I do, I think I'm gonna kick it on Paramount in the living room and just watch a football game, kind of like I did with the fucking Grizz game. Like it's kind of the big game. I mean, there's a little bit more into the Grizz game, but
yeah, I mean it's just
I
for me
mean,
it's like I don't really care either way. My my dad wants us to come over, and I'm gonna call him and be like, I just don't care about the Super Bowl. I don't care.
yeah, it's that's just it. And I don't know. I'm so just.
I have a good
I'm,
friend who's a Chiefs fan, so I'm sure he's stoked. But besides that, I don't care.
I mean, I have several good friends that are Chiefs fans, and given that I'm in the same division, normally I would go against them, but last year I went for them because I wanted to see my friends finally do it,
Yeah,
right? And now this year, because it's just a fucking repeat, only it's gonna be taken over by everyone talking about Taylor Swift for no fucking reason.
I know.
Um, I am gonna say this. I would 100% laugh in full entertainment view if the Niners win. Kelsey steals the show by proposing. I've heard it. I could see it happening.
It'd be really fucking funny.
That would just be like, oh, you're an asshole.
Slap in the face, dude.
Hmm. Because of all the news. Like, who really gives a shit?
Yep.
Um, I'll check it out for the commercials, although they haven't been that great in the last few years either.
Yep.
And then the halftime show.
I mean, last year's halftime show was bitchin'.
I was excited for last year's halftime show. I was.
Seeing
Uh,
seeing all
just
those
because, just because here's the thing about last year's halftime show. When I found out it was Snoop, I remembered a very, very little known fact. Actually, it's probably really widely known if you care to know about it. Is that at one point I read that Snoop, when he signed a contract to do a show, demanded like X amount of marijuana to be provided.
And I'm sure the Super Bowl officials were like, ah, no.
And you just see him come out, and I'm like, yep, nope, that's not fake, guys. You guys think that's a hookah.
Yeah. No, Snoop's not gonna smoke fake fucking weed on stage. It's Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
having 50 Cent
So,
there was also sick.
yeah, yeah, and then, dude, everybody pulling the hate
I know.
on 50 Cent because he's gotten a little older.
Yeah, dude. Jesus, leave him alone.
Like, come on, dude. He first entered this game at the stage that he's at like 20 something years ago.
But at the
Shut the
same
fuck up.
but at the same time, he could give a shit less. That guy's got so much money that one time he bought out the first 4 rows of fucking Ja Rule's one of Ja Rule's concerts. I think it was Ja Rule. He bought out the first 4 rows of the concert so that the first 4 rows were empty. Just so he could say that he did that. The guy's got enough money that he could wipe his tears with all about the way he feels about all of the fat comments and all of the old man comments. Like he gives a shit, dude. That guy is a thug.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. No, that one was one that I was waiting for. Like all the halftime shows recently have just been kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And that was when finally they got one right. So, but I haven't heard anything about I don't even know who tonight is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, like I said, I'm not even planning on watching the Super Bowl, so.
Yeah, like I said, I might I mean, if we get invited, I can't believe my father-in-law hasn't invited us over. But
is he a Niners fan?
no, he's a Steelers fan, but he always does the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter.
Word.
It's just okay. The halftime show. Usher.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, dude.
So, yeah, dude.
What retirement home did they pull him out of? Just kidding. But still. Still.
For real. For real. But that's, oh my gosh. I can't even believe that. Like,
dude, okay. Well, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I I definitely don't care about the Super Bowl. I'll pass.
a guide to performing at the Super Bowl. Let's see who is it? Usher and surprise guest.
Dude, wait.
Oh, wow.
Watch it be Lil Jon, dude. Watch it be Lil Jon.
Dude, that would be a retirement. Usher's at least been fucking somewhat active recently.
I know. It's still so funny to me that
9 albums, 8-time Grammy winner. He made a guest appearance along the Black Eyed Peas. Oh, whatever. Oh, okay. I have to watch the national anthem though.
Why?
Because it's Reba. Reba McEntire is singing the national anthem.
Okay. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious.
That is going. Oh God, please, Reba, do not do what everyone does
And mess it up.
Yeah, oh, dude, they just throw so much extra theatrics into it, and it's like it doesn't need to be that. Just get out there, sing the song as it's designed, and it has been sung for how many years? Like it's a fucking 90-second. It's a 90-second verse.
I think it's funnier when they make mistakes.
Oh gosh. And the mistakes, the mistakes I can understand. Like, everyone's human. It is funny.
Yeah, especially when it's like a full stadium and everybody's watching on TV.
Yeah. But nothing is going to beat Tony Romo pissing his pants live on TV with a little bit of dribble during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's also true.
So that's the other thing. I look for stupid shit like that. That's what I watch for. That one we had to rewind that one to catch that one.
Never let them forget.
Nope. It went straight up. Like, damn, Romo, you're getting old.
But honestly, I think that about covers all my stuff for today. How about you?
Yeah, man. I kind of
make her super short.
Yeah, man.
Cool. Well,
not that I enjoy the super short ones, but it's just been a busy week and it's kind of not a lot going on.
It's been a busy week, yeah, and the biggest news is the Xbox fans having a meltdown for what could or could not be no reason. We'll find out tomorrow.
Exactly, and that's just it. Right now it's all rumors, so let's see where the chips lay.
Yep, and there's no reason to sit here and speculate a whole bunch because we don't know until tomorrow.
Right.
So
yeah, people be tripping.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it.
So,
all right, man. Well, it was good to bullshit with you. Hopefully we can catch some COD soon.
Yeah, dude. Well, I know the wife's sick, so I have the PlayStation pulled upstairs, which is another reason why I've been getting so much Hogwarts in. Okay. Then at the end of the night, when I settle the kids down, I can play for a little bit and still be attentive. But yeah, I'll have to figure out time. I haven't been on COD in like a week, dude.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna try to get this uploading and going because I noticed. Oh, Kyle's already done streaming, so I guess he's switching over to fucking Pred already.
Is he? Let's see. Showing He's showing live on my screen.
He was live. He just went offline. I just seen a note,
Oh.
the notey pop for him going off.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
But
For sure.
I was gonna load up some fucking games here in a sec and fucking
For sure, man.
big chill. So,
All right, dude.
all right, man. Well, thank you for doing this with me. I'm glad it wasn't
All
just me on a solo. That'd be weird.
right. A little soliloquy there, here and there, huh?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Uh,
Um, but I will definitely fucking talk to you sometime. Hopefully, fucking like this weekend, if we can get some games in, I might be up late enough. So,
for sure. We'll see what I got going on.
word man, I will fucking hit you up.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you later.
Yep, and as always, everybody, make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow, share with your friend, all that good stuff. Check out the links down below because they will be there. Peace.
Boom. Peace out, guys.